One. I'll hit my little timer too. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Brian here, Brian Brawdy, along with Michael Warren. And what we wanted to talk about today, and please, we'll be excited to take your comments. I got to put my glasses on to be able to read them, though, so I'm throwing myself under the bus. But I am an old guy. This 20-minute victory, today's 20-minute victory, I want Mike to take over, right? I know you all think that I can't go 20 minutes without talking, but I want Mike to take over and talk about the concept of your new best friend forever. And I'm talking about your immune system, the tag team, how it is that with all these pathogens, all these allergens, all these different things attacking us, that you and I can really bolster our own immune systems so that it puts it on a level playing field. So, Mike, that's what I'd like to do today. AlternativeHealthConcepts.com is where you can find Mike's ebook. I hopefully went ahead and put that up there. So if you have any questions, go ahead and most certainly send them over. I mean, I'm not wearing these glasses because I look good in them. So if you have any questions, send them over. I'll read them and we'll go. But, Mike, that's what I'd like to talk to you about today. In the now, what we have left was, let's say, like 18 and 50 seconds, our 20-minute victory. Talk to me about your immune system being your new best friend forever.
Yeah, so it's really a simple concept, Brian, because, well, let me back up. You know, we're constantly bombarded with all kinds of pathogens, as you mentioned, bacteria, viruses, toxins, protozoa, parasites, you name it. Our body is constantly being bombarded with all these things that aim to get rid of us, basically. And so our bodies were designed perfectly by whomever or whatever you believe, your personal belief, or if it evolved, it doesn't matter what it is. The fact is our bodies have this system within it called our immune system. And it's such a wonderful system that we can literally get rid of any disease. Our body, in fact, our immune system is the only thing that can cure any disease. No doctor, no drug, nothing that is out there other than within has ever or will ever cure a disease. It's simply the way it's set up to be. You can't take a chemical, a processed chemical, inject it into your body and expect that it's going to cure any disease. It will help with symptoms. And that's the way unfortunately, our modern medicine today is set up, to just cure symptoms and fix symptoms. Make your little boo-boo go away, make your aches and pains, make your headache go away. But that's all it does. It doesn't get to the root cause. The root cause of disease is simply an immune system that's not working right. It's really such a simple concept. So what we want to talk about today, and what people can go to that website, that's our website, go there, scroll down to the bottom, and there's a free ebook, and we'll be going over that in the next couple of weeks. So go in there, get your copy of that ebook, and review it so that next week when we dive into it, we can really talk specifics. With that said, there's the commercial. It's out of the way. You really need to understand that there's several components to your immune system, but it's really what you put in your body, what you don't put into your body, exercise, sleep, and there's a few other supplements that we need to take because we just can't get all the nutrition we need to eat into our body with what we eat alone. So there is some supplementation required. Now,
what do you mean? Everything I need from my diet of pork rinds?
Not really. You can probably get your fat content there.
My fat content is good, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And it depends on what kind of fat they're fried in or whatever. So
that's true.
Anyway,
the other might.
Yeah. So we go through this system, and then we realize that, hey guys, if we need to do one thing in our life, we've got to get our new best friend and make that our immune system our new best friend. Okay. Because, you know, we all have best friends. We all have great things, great people that we know and we associate with. But until you understand that your immune system has to be your new best friend, otherwise you may not be around long enough to really be your best friend with your friends, with your human friends.
And it needs some help, right? It's not like
absolutely.
You can't go it alone, especially if you're like when you get to be my age, after you've gone years and years and years of your immune system being under attack, being under assault. It does need some help to keep up and running, to level the playing field.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, Brian, it's our own doing. We sabotage ourselves every day when we hit McDonald's or we pick up a big greasy burger or whatever it is. Worse than that, the soda or the diet soda that you're drinking with that burger is even worse than the burger, because we know that the number one thing that you need to do is eliminate sugar. Right. Harder said than done, because we're addicted to it. Those soft drinks that we drink on a daily basis, there's chemicals in that actually promote addiction. Our immune system, which 80% of it, maybe 70%, there's debate on that, 70 to 80% of our immune system resides in our gut, our bio or microflora that's in our gut. That whole system runs our immune system. They now are talking about our gut is like a second brain, and it can control your what you want to eat. And literally, that's why you get cravings late at night, because maybe you haven't had any sugar. Well, that bad flora that's in your body, that stuff that promotes disease, is literally sending signals to your brain, I need more. I need more. Sure. Sugar's the number one worst thing for us. Now, they talk about natural sugars. Yeah, what about fruit, Mike? That's got sugar in it. Absolutely. But the sugar is bound to fiber, and it absorbs slower in your body. And we'll get into all that in the coming weeks. But it's one of those things, if I could tell you one thing to do today, don't have that soda. Have a glass of brewed tea, or just drink good, fresh water. And not from your...
Can I interrupt for just a second? Because Jenny is on, and she raises a couple of good points. Could you address stress, how stress affects your immune system? And does the book include, and I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you, right? I want to ask you in advance. The book include anything for cancer patients, right? I know a topic near and dear to your heart. What is it that people that go and download the ebook, what are they going to learn as well if you have cancer?
First of all, was it Jenny?
It was Jenny. Can you see? I'm sorry. I'm learning the technology.
Well, I just saw it. I just saw that Jenny came up. So Jenny, thank you for that question.
Talk about how stress affects the immune system, and it includes stuff for cancer. So take it away, Mike.
Absolutely. So we've all heard the term stress kills. Literally, it does. Stress is one of the major components that suppress or repress your immune system. You've got to get that out. And the book does address that. It talks about meditations and some different techniques. Now, the book is only a 60-page ebook. It's probably, if you're a slow reader like me, maybe you get through it in an hour, hour and a half. But if you're a quick reader, it might be a 20-minute read. I don't know. But the point is that stress is vitally important for you to control. We all have to do that. And there's different ways to do that. There's meditation, obviously. Exercise helps reduce stress. There's all these other factors. The book does talk about that, but it's very basic. We dive into more of that in an upcoming program that we are putting together right now. Pretty excited about it. We're going to call it Immune Health Hackers, and we're going to get really into the immune system. And we're going to be setting up a mastermind group and a private Facebook group for people to come in and join that and really learn about your immune system and start talking about it and understanding. Because at the same time, it's a simple concept to understand that our immune system controls and regulates and helps us make sure we don't get disease. On the other, it's very complex. It's a huge puzzle or mosaic that you have to have all the pieces in place for it to work properly. So you get back to the basics, and that's what the book does, and it talks about nutrition and different things that we have to do and exercise and all this stuff to alleviate stress and all that. It all helps there. As far as cancer goes, the book is not specifically about cancer, but Jenny, I can tell you, this is one thing that's near and dear to my heart. I started this business with my father about 4 years ago, Alternative Health Concepts, that is. We have an immune boosting supplement that is a bioidentical protein that your body makes. I'm not going to get in that today. If you go to the website, you'll see it. It's called BioPro Plus. Amazing product for cancer. So I started because we've had such great success with this product for people that have cancer, because when you have cancer, the number one thing that, well, I should back up. If you go to a regular MD or doctor, number one thing they tell you to do is, we want to start chemo tomorrow, literally. If they could start you that same day, they would do it, because once you're on it, you're in the system. And I'm not knocking it, because what they do is some great things. But the number one thing that they should tell you to do is you've got to build your immune system. Because the thing about cancer is, let's say you have a tumor. That tumor, if it's detectable by a CT scan or whichever mean, ultrasound, whatever they might be looking at it, that tumor took anywhere from 5 to 8 years to produce, to get to that size with the regular multiplication of cells. And that's what cancer does. It goes crazy, and these mutant cells start multiplying. My point being is that you don't have to rush to get chemo or get radiation, because it's an immune response. Those things are curing a symptom. The symptom is the tumor. The underlying reason the tumor's there is your immune system is repressed. It's not working right. So the first thing you need to do is build your immune system. And that's what we're going to be going into. I started this 4 years ago. Within the last 2.5 years, Jenny, I've had three of my very close friends die of cancer. And then a year and a half ago, in fact, it was November, December of 2015, my wife of 36 years came down with cancer. And I'm studying it, and I'm researching it, and I'm helping people with cancer, and talking to people every day about it, helping them build their immune system. So cancer became very, very real to me. First, I had 3 dear friends. One of my best friends died. And then that combined with her getting it, it was like, okay, I see where this calling for me is going. I need to be out there, number one, promoting the immune system, because I've got a lot of other friends with Lyme disease, all kinds of things. I have asthma. I've gotten over asthma simply by building my immune system up to the point it is. I've had asthma since 9 months old. It's no longer there. I'm done. I'm off all 3 different medications for it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not to brag or not to say anything other than that, except that I know the results are, if you build your immune system, these other diseases will go away and you can cure yourself from them. Now, there's a lot of different things that go into that. We'll get more into that. Don't know if that answered your question, but the exciting thing, Jenny, is get the ebook. You'll get on our mailing list that way, and you'll be able to be part of this mastermind group that we're creating, the free, private Facebook group that we can get in, and we can really discuss these things in detail and share with each other and help each other. I want to create a movement, and that's what I'm doing. I want to create a movement of people that understand that to get over any disease, whether it's cancer, lupus, I don't care what it is, to get over any disease, you have to build your immune system. It all starts with your immune system. That's why your immune system has to be your new best friend.
Your new best friend. And then, Mike, let me do this, only because I don't, you know how I am about 20-minute victories, right?
Yep.
My day into 72 20-minute chunks. So I want people to be able to know anytime that you're going to be on, they're like, I got 20 minutes for my own immune system. But Jen asks in a follow-up, and I don't know if you can see this, Mike, because I'm still learning the technology. I don't know if you can see Jen's quote, but she asks, is it safe for ER/PR plus patients? I'm told to avoid things like soy that increase production of hormones, which are being chemically suppressed with tamoxifen? Mm-hmm. That's probably something you're intimately aware of.
Yeah. So it's a good question. Number one, I recommend to people that we work with and talk with, and my wife, for example, I go back to her because I know the protocol she's on. I know that she's cancer-free now because of what she's done over the last year. She did not have chemo. She did not have radiation. She had to have surgery because the tumor in her bladder was literally bleeding, and we could not stop the bleeding. So they removed it from there. But because she was able to build her immune system up to such a strength that has not returned, and there's no sign of that. So we're really thankful for that. But the point is, I know that it works. So one of the things that we recommend is just what you said, avoid all soy at this point. Okay. If you do eat soy, make sure it's fermented. because what that does, it chemically changes the estrogen mimicking hormones that literally come from the soy protein that mimics estrogen, and it can cause you to be too high of estrogen, which estrogen's a good thing, don't get me wrong, but if it's out of whack with all the other hormones, then it's bad. And so definitely do what you're on there, avoid it. My wife just doesn't eat it. She doesn't eat tofu or anything because of its soy. The other problem you have with soy is that thousands of years ago, soy was a staple in the Orient, Asia, all over that area. And it's a good solid protein. The problem is 90%, 95%, it might even be higher, don't quote me on that, but it's in the high 90s of all soy, and so we are the largest manufacturer in the United States of soy products anywhere in the world, believe it or not. In a high 90% is all genetically modified. So what that does is now you're getting all kinds of pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, all these horrible things. You've heard of Roundup. That is directly in the plant. The plant's been genetically modified to accept those toxins. Guess what happens when you eat that and ingest that?
Get out of here. Really? It's in the 90s?
Yes. So now you're putting tons of toxins in your body, directly in it. That's why I was saying we abuse our immune system. We're our immune system's worst enemy in most cases, because we're just putting all this crap and toxins in our body. There's no way our immune system can overcome it. Our immune system, if you look at our immune system, Jenny, like a bucket, so you got a bucket. If you keep throwing crap in it, at a certain point, that bucket's going to come and it's going to overflow, and it literally can't work anymore. So if you keep it half full because your immune system's working and it's got holes in the bucket where the toxins and everything and all the disease and all the pathogens, they can keep coming out, you're in good shape. But if you fill up the bucket too fast where the holes on the side can't take what you're putting in the top and they can't drain it fast enough, that's when you're in trouble. That's when you get cancer. That's when you get any disease. And that's why even a simple cold or flu that should last 2 or 3 days, if you've got a good, strong, reigning immune system, might last for weeks, if not months. And you feel like crap that whole time and you miss work. Anyway, we've got to get to this point that people understand that the only way you're going to get over any disease is build up your immune system. And that's what we're doing, and that's what we're all about.
And then, Mike, again, I don't know if you can see it, but Jen says, thank you for your answer, and she's impressed with your knowledge, as am I, which is why I think, okay, great, right? Because I don't work for you, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But what I do want to do is to make sure that people understand that their immune system really could use a hand, right? It really, it's not just you against the world, it's you and your immune system against the world. So it's a little bit, believe me, from someone that suffers ongoing bouts of amnesia, apparently. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Right? I don't want everyone to think, oh, now I'm schizophrenic. I'm just saying it's you and your immune system against the world. So Jen wanted to say thank you. And in the closing 90 seconds, Michael, we'll put up alternative dash. Is that a dash or a hyphen? Like alternativehealthconcepts.com.
That's it. The way you have it up there.
And then people can download the ebook. And then what I'd like to do in the weeks ahead on Friday, if this is a cool time with you, is say, let's go through individual aspects.
Perfect.
And things within a book, because it really is a powerful book. And it made me realize everything that I'm up against, everything that my immune system is up against. Not only do I want to bolster it, I don't want to stab it in the back by doing all the other things you're talking about. So in our closing minute, give me the 60-second elevator speech and why it's so important for people to download the ebook.
Yeah, go get the ebook, study it, read through it, learn what your immune system's about. Again, it's very basic, but at the same time, it's powerful, as Brian said. Because
and Michael, can people ask you questions? Like if they go on, where can they get a hold of you, right? In addition to the ebook, if they have any questions, is it your Facebook page? What's your Facebook page?
Yeah. So we do have a Facebook page, Alternative Health Concepts. You can look it up and you'll see it there. But when you get the ebook, you're going to get a little series of emails introducing myself, who I am, and it'll give you my personal email address where you can email me, and you can and I answer all my emails personally, And I'm in that constantly. So you can get a hold of me there directly. And eventually, when we roll out this Facebook group, this private group, I'm going to be in there every day talking to you guys. We're going to have doctors, and we're going to have different naturopaths and nutritionists and everybody coming into this program and sharing their knowledge with you. It's literally something I believe in passionately. It's my life. It's what I want to do, and I literally want to start a movement that changes the world in some small way, and that is helping people understand that running to their doctor is not going to do anything ultimately to help them cure themselves.
Well, I'll tell you,
they have to do this within.
Right? With the healthcare, health insurance, you can have your own sense of health insurance by ensuring that your immune system can confront whatever's thrown at it from the outside world. So I'm very excited, and as I said, in terms of interviewing you, all the help that you're giving me in understanding what I'm up against. And I don't want people to think, oh, every time, it's always Brian and the tumor. There are people that are in a lot worse situations than I am. I see that every day, so I'm very, very fortunate. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. Though I still want to make sure that in addition to that, and where you fit on that scale of infirmity, that you're still learning about the power of bolstering your own immune system. So I thank you so very much for that, Mike. And then let's agree to another 20-minute victory a week from today, if that's cool. Same time.
Perfect.
The time zone things and everything else. But wherever we are, we'll go ahead and come back, and then we'll start talking about individual sections within the ebook, if you will.
Perfect.
I don't encourage people from downloading them, but send Mike the questions. Send me the questions here on Facebook as well. And I thank you all very much again for joining me. And we'll see, who knows, I'll probably do a Facebook Live thing somewhere, Mike, between now and then. But
Great.
Michael and I will be back next week, another 20-minute victory, how you can make your immune system your new best friend forever. All right, we'll see you all next week.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for being here.
Mike, thanks so much, brother.
Appreciate it.